Gustav, you guys drawing against the Timbers. This is a rivalry you've had a chance to become quite familiar with. What does it change about a playoff at all when it is against your fiercest rival?
I don't think it changed much for us. I think it changed a lot for the fans. It's going to be a good fight for the fans, and we want to show appreciation for our fans. We want to win this game not only for ourselves but for our fans as well. We know that this game means a lot for the franchise. So it's an important game, not only for the playoff but also because it's our rivals.
A team like Portland with Blanco and their ability to find crevices in the defense, how important is it for y'all to communicate on defense on your third?
It's very important. It's always very important to communicate, especially how they play. They play kind of direct and have good players up front. So got to make sure that we minimize the space that for them to work on. And the easiest answer to that is probably to have the ball all the time, try to have possession as much as possible. But we'll see. It's going to be a hard game. We know it's always a hard game against Portland, especially because they have good players up front. So.
Do you think it helps or hurts you guys the fact that they had to play Wednesday in Dallas, and you guys have been off since Sunday?
I mean, it's probably to our advantage because we have one less game. So it's hard to say. It's always. I mean, they can use that as a motivation against us as well. That we luckily got second, if you say that. But I mean, yeah, it's good for us. Of course, we have a little bit more rest than they had.
If you think back to from the outside looking in, it looked like the mood around the team when you left for the World Cup was a lot different than when you came back from the World Cup. Is that an accurate depiction of the difference in the team?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's always easier to play when you win games. That's what we do. That's why we do what we do, to win games. Everyone here hates losing games, and when you lose a couple of games, the mood in the locker room, everything changes a little bit. And when you win games, especially when you had such a long winning streak that we had, it's easy for the mood. It's easy to play soccer. It's easy to wake up and go to Starfire every day. It's just very easy. So that's what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to get to that feeling every day. So winning games it's easier. So at the first half of the season we didn't win, or we didn't play as good as we should have had. But at the end of the season, or the second half of the season, we played better and we won more games.
At what point in that streak, though, does the mood start to change? Is it just you get a couple wins on your belt and it starts to feel better, or is it?
Yeah, I would say after a couple of games, and after especially when you win hard games, if you win, you score in the last minute, or games like that, those are really good for the morale in the team, because then you feel like you're unbeatable a little bit. It's those games that you didn't play the best games that you've played, but you still won. That's also a good feeling to work on.
What can you do to maybe limit a guy like Diego Valeri that kind of runs their entire offense? What is it that you can do?
Like we said before, communication is very important. For me and Ozzy, it's going to be important to stay close. And also we have to make sure we don't lose the ball on the wrong positions. So we give them easy counterattacks, because that's what they're good at. So we got to make sure that we keep the ball, and when we lose it at the right places, and we try to take it back as quickly as possible.
What do you feel is the best way to maybe manage, in a way, in a home game?
It's always hard to say. I mean, I think it's better to play away first and then home, so you can play on the result at home. So now we probably will play a little bit more defensively, and then we'll play at home. So it's, I mean, same time they will come out. They will come out as hard as they can. They will try, especially the first 15-20 minutes. They will come out with everything they have. So it's up to us to make sure that we don't give them too much in those 15-20 minutes.